Hi, my name is Rupender Singh and I'm currently working as an MIS executive in Asutosh Steel Private Limited. So currently we are here to discuss about our most important topic, that is checklist dashboard. Right now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a dashboard of a checklist step by step completely, right? Okay, so just move to the main screen. Okay. So as I can understand, I'm assuming this right now you're watching this video. So before that, you must have been gone through the checklist part, right? You must have seen all the checklist and how does it work because it is having the task list option over there in which you can simply write the doer name and the task and frequency and day and date whenever you want the task to be done. And simply you can submit that part so that it all the data of this particular sheet will shift to the master sheet as well, right? And in this master sheet, what will happen? Let's suppose this is the daily task. Cell update on Google Sheet. This is a task of Rupinder Singh and it's a daily task. So what will happen in the master list? It will create 365 entries specifically for that particular one task, right? You can, as you can see, it will create 365 entries. So it's quite difficult to mark these tasks, the task that we have done, to mark it as a done in this Google Sheet primarily, right? Because what we want right now, we have to firstly look for a Rupinder Singh name, we have to apply a filter, then we have to apply a filter for the date as well, then we can select that part particularly. So it's quite hectic and it's not feasible for everyone in company, right? Because in the organization there are many employees who work at a lower level and a higher level. So it's all the time they are not having the access to the Google Sheet so that they can open the system and mark it as done. Yes, I know that Google Sheet can be accessible in the mobile as well, but in order to filter it out that much data is much more difficult to do in Google Sheet. So right now, what we will do, we will simply create a small and beautiful dashboard in Looker Studio. And let me tell you about the Looker Studio. Actually, Looker Studio is a Google platform. It's a visualization tool in which what you can do, you can create many reports, sales reports, purchase report, and data entry, data stock reports, various kind of reports you can make in this particular Looker Studio tool. And it's quite feasible and it's free to use, definitely. So you can usually use this visualization tool to create your reports. So today I'm definitely going to show you all the things, all the steps, how we will achieve a dashboard of our checklist from step one to step last. Complete guide, right? Okay. So before that, as you have already understood about the this ultimate checklist, so first task that I will do is create a copy of this particular sheet, right? Because let me tell you, it is the best practice to follow if you are working in any organization. If you are going to play with some very important data and you are going to make some changes on that, so first create a copy for that same so that in future, if you do anything wrong in this particular sheet, you do not have to do the all the entries again, and it's kind of a lot of hectic work to do all the things from the starting, right? And it might be possible that you can also like waste some very good information and very important data. You can easily waste it by doing some editing and while applying some formula. It is definitely possible. So it is best advice that firstly create a copy of that particular sheet in which you are going to work. After that, you can do the edit part as well. Okay. So for that particular thing, simply click on the file option over there and you will find an option called make a copy, right? Just simply click on that part. Okay. Now it will ask some, you just have to simply click over here that is showing as make a copy. Okay. It will take some time. Just let it be. Sorry for that. Okay. Now, as you can see that here, the copy of the ultimate checklist has been made, right? So what we will do, simply we can cross it, we can cut it, okay. And now we are going to do any work in this sheet. If any data by mistake we do some error or some mistake, so we can simply revisit to our previous sheet. Did we have made a copy? Okay, so just start it right now. Okay, so in order to create a dashboard, first step is that we have to create a Google form. Okay, let me create a Google form. After that, you will be understanding why we are going to create it, because you might be thinking that in the dashboard, like we are creating a dashboard, but why we have to fill the Google form for that? So just be online, okay, and just check it out. Okay, first of all that, before that, what I'm doing, I'm deleting all the entries that has been done in actual and status part. We can do it after that manually or automatic by any way. For the time being, for the ease of use, right now I'm just deleting this part. Okay, so it's done, right? I have deleted it. Now, just for in order to create a Google form, what you have to do, you have to simply go to the tools option over there. Then you'll find an option called create a new form. Just click on that. After this, the form has been opened. Okay, now in the untitled question part over there, just simply write it as task ID. I will explain it later why we are taking the task ID and what is the role of this. Just be online, okay? And then select it as a short answer. Then we can publish it. Okay, so the Google form has been created already. Now just get back to the sheet and in some time you will be able to see, okay. Now you are able to see form response 2 written over there, right? Generally, if you create the form first time, it will show form response 1, but previously I have created and deleted one form, so that's why it is response 2 is showing over there. So it's not an issue, right? Okay. In this part, you can go over there and you can check that two columns has been applied over there. First one is timestamp and second one is task ID. Okay. So just for the sake of ease, just do one thing. Just enter a value in this particular Google form. For that, I have already explained, like you can simply go to the copy correspondence link and from there you can copy the link, right? Okay, let's suppose I'm mentioning task ID 1. Okay, now I'm clicking on submit. Okay, it has been done. Just wait for a while. Okay, now you are able to see that task ID and timestamp written over there. Now just doing it in a good format. Okay, so right now what you have to do, you have to shift this task ID ahead of timestamp. Okay, and the reason to do so, you will be definitely understanding in some a bit later. Okay, just be online. Okay, so now why we have created the form, I'm going to explain this part. Right now, just check in this master sheet. Okay, so what is the need for creating this Google form is that what we want whenever we click on mark done in our dashboard. So here should be actual time should appear over there, right? Actual date, like let's suppose today is 15th of July, right? So when you click over there in the dashboard done, so here 15 July should be written, right? Which you can see over here in this task ID 15/7, right? You are able to see it easily. So no issue, we are going to do it. In order to do that, you do not have to generate the formula. Formula is already written in this part in H1 cell. Just whenever you will hover over the H1 cell, which is actually written within that, you can get it in the note form. Just simply copy this formula and in the H2 cell or just beneath the actual column, just simply paste it and then click on enter. Wait for a while. Okay. It has been applied to whole row, whole column, right? But you might be thinking why we are getting this reference error over here. So let me clarify this thing to you. Because this actual column is taking the data from form responses too. But you can check in the formula itself, you are not able to find any option, anything written like form responses. Instead, it is getting data from consolidated state, right? So where is this consolidated state? We are not able to see it over here. So what happened? What we will do? We will simply change the name of former responses to as a consolidated. Just be online. Okay. We have mentioned it consolidated. Just click enter. Okay. Now you can simply see the magic of formula, right? You are able to get 15 July 2025 over here. It's as simple as that. We will simply assign a task like in the dashboard, we will mark it done. It will come over here without any further issue, right? Okay. So first part has been done already. We have created first step has been done. We have created a Google form and we have also applied the formula in the master sheet. to do this, right? Okay. Now what we will do? Just move out to the, now we will look at the Looker Studio ones. Okay, spelling might be wrong. You can check it out. No issue. You don't have to write. You can simply just write Google Studio, Looker Studio, sorry. Then you will find the first link, Looker Studio overview. Simply click over that. Okay, now you got the interface of the Looker Studio. And before proceeding further, there's one thing, one small point I would like to tell you. Please kindly make sure that in which email ID, in which Gmail ID your Google Sheet has been created. You have to use the same ID in this Looker Studio as well, because what we will do, we are going to link the sheet, Google Sheet, with the Looker Studio dashboard, right? So in this, due to this, we have to make sure that it should always be the same ID in the both account, right? And the Google Sheet should be on the same email ID and the Looker Studio dashboard as well. Okay. Now what I will do, I will simply click on blank report. Okay. Um, okay. Now here you are able to see so many options that are available to import data into your Looker Studio dashboard. And that too, you can, like, there are various options available. Looker, Google Analytics, Google Ads, AppSheet, Microsoft Excel as well, right? CSV upload file. There are various options available. But right now, you, as you know that we are working in the ultimate checklist that is available in our Google Sheet. So we have to simply click on the Google Sheet. Okay. After clicking on that, it had taken this email ID, the Astos Steels Private Limited email ID it has taken. And now in this Gmail ID, whatever the Google Sheets that are available, it has shown the list of all the same, right? You are right now you are able to see the list of all the Google Sheets that are available in this particular Gmail ID. So what you will do, as I can check, you can verify the name, like in the sheet, the Google Sheet in which we are working is the Ultimate Checklist, 1st July 2025. And yes, we can here check it, it is the same. But for the lack of, or like, if you are not that much confident about it, like it is the same sheet or not, because it might possible there are many sheets are created from the same name with a little bit of difference. So in this case, anyone might get confused. That's completely fine. So in this case, you are having this option as well. Just go to the URL section, then go to the checklist, copy this link, and you can simply paste it over here. This link, this link you can simply copy it, and you can here you can simply paste this link, right? As you pasted this link, right in the right side, you have got the options. Within this state, whatever the things, whatever the tabs that are available, you are able to see it right now. Okay. So this is how you will do it from the Google, from the URL as well. But for me, right now, I'm just going with the same thing, like I used to do in the all selecting with this particularly. So I selected the ultimate checklist 1st July, and then the master file I've selected. You might not be able to see that it has been selected because the color of that particular selection is, I think it's light color, right? It's too light to see on the white screen. It is, I can totally understand, but it is selected right now. After that, you have to simply click on add. It might take some time, depending upon your internet speed. Then it will show a pop-up. Just click on add to report. Okay, now you are able to see the dashboard of the Looker Studio, right? I know that it's completely blank right now, but definitely we are going to do some things in this, and we are going to add some fields and charts, so that final layout that you will get is will be much beautiful than that. Because right now we are not able to see anything in this. So before that, before proceeding further, let me tell you two things. Here you are seeing two options. First one is freeform layout, and the second one is responsive layout, right? So what will happen when you select the responsive layout? Responsive, right now we are going to definitely work in responsive layout only. So what happens if you select the responsive layout? So if you open your dashboard in your system on your PC or laptop, so it will adjust according to the size of the screen. And if you are doing it in the mobile phone as well, it will also adjust according to the size of your mobile phone. This feature was not previously available in Looker Studio, but right now in from some like Fast, I don't remember exactly, but now right now Google has introduced this feature, so you can easily use it without any issue. Okay, so right now you are able to see this particular area that I'm hovering right now. Okay, this area, within this area we are going to work, whatever we are going to create, we are going to create within this area only. Okay, so in order to do that, firstly what we will do, we will click on add charts. Okay, now you are getting so many options available over there, and you might be familiar with this thing, like because if you are a MIS executive or if you have worked on Google Sheet or Excel previously, you must be remembering these things because these options you are also getting in Google Sheet and Excel, right? In the chart bar column, right? When you click on the charts, so you are able to see these kind of chart. Right now, we are going to take a table only. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so loading has been completed, right? Let me increase the size of this. Well, it's too small to be visible. Yes, it's fine now. Okay. Now, as you can see in the name section, you are getting the name of Vishal, Rupendra Singh, Vishal Kumar, Palak, Varsha, Rohtas, Yogendra, and all the other names you are getting over there, right? Okay. So right now in this table, we want some other fields as well, right? Not only the name. What we want, the task ID and task and plant date and all the things we wanted. So what we will do, just go to the dimension section, the right side. Okay. Before that, let me tell you one thing. Right now we have clicked on that. Just let me click outside of the table. So right now it is blank. You are not able to change anything over there. But as soon as you will click on this inside this table, you are getting these options over there, right? Inside this is the setup option. Inside this, there are so many things available, like related to field, what you are going to do with the table. It's basically about that. And in the style section, you are getting how you want, like the size of the font and what is the font family should be over there, Arial or Calibri, whatever the font you want to, you can select. And size is also fine. I think 18 px is fine. If you want further in case, yeah, we can do it to 20 and whatever you wanted. Let it be 18 only. I think it would be much better. Okay, and just when you scroll it downside, here you will find an option called row number, right? Because before the name column we are getting this row number, and I don't think so that it is that much necessary, because what we will do, we will use the task ID over there as a unique key, so that would be much helpful. I don't think so we needed it. In future if you want, you can simply select it from here. Okay, right, for the time being I'm just unselecting it. Okay, so just go to the setup section. Now in the dimension section, I will do, I will add some dimension in it. Like click on the add dimension. What I want the task ID to be over here and the task. Okay, and I want concurrency as well. Then the plant. And if I want any further thing, email or anything, because I don't think so that email is that much necessary right now, because definitely there in local storage this kind of filter is available, so that only the user who is accessing the file, accessing that file, will be only able to see his work only, right? So email does not make that kind of sense over there in this table. But let me check if we can take some more thing. You can see a department. If you want, you can just let it be for a time being, just let it be. Okay. So right now, yes, and in the dimension section, if you want task ID to come before the name, so what you can do is simply just click on the task ID and you can drag it upside. Then after that, you want the name, that's absolutely fine. Let it be over here. Okay, done. Just allow me a moment. Okay, second task we have already done, right? Task ID 1 we have completed, but task ID 2 should be pending. Okay, now what we can do, just save it over here. Frequency has just let it be. Okay. This record count, I don't think that it is useful in this particular area. So I think we should remove it, right? What we will do, we will just remove that particular thing. So you will come downside. Okay, there's an option called ascending, right? Simply click on that part, ascending part over there. Now you get the data according to ascending table, right? And record count, let me just discontinue it. Just how, okay. In the matrix section, you can simply just cross it out. Okay, done. It's done now. Okay, now you are able to see whole things complete all the tasks over there, right? Now you are able to see. Okay, and it's in the ascending order as well. Now what we want, like why we are creating this dashboard to actually see that whatever tasks that are pending, we can see that part, right? So here we have to add one more filter, right? In order to get the only the non-completed tasks. So for that, we have to go to this filter section. You are able to see filter over there. Just click on that. Then you are finding an option called create a filter. You have to simply click on that part. And right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a name for the filter. Let's make it a something feasible so that in future, if anyone is editing this layout dashboard, so he will be able to understand what we have applied the filter for. So just mention over there. So only pending tasks, right? It is good. Okay, here include and include. We will select include only. Then select a field. What we can do over here. Okay, this is the actual thing, right? What we want, how we will rectify this thing that which task has been done and which has been not. So it we will rectify it. We will understand it by if anything is present in the actual column of the particular task, it means it is done. And if not, so it is basically it's not done. So we'll click on that. Then we will just click on a condition and then we will select it is null, right? Is null. Then we will save it. Okay. Okay. Now you can easily see that in the ultimate checklist on the first task ID, right? First task ID has been completed. We have put in the actual data over there. So right now in the dashboard, you are not able to see that particular task ID. It has been vanished from here because the task has been already completed. So it does not make any sense to show it over there, right? Okay. This has been a good part. And one more thing I would like to share with you. This is an option called data source, right? Right now, data source that is selected is ultimate checklist. And beneath that, you are able to see one option called blend data. In this blend data, what we will do, like it is basically used when we are having two tables and we want the data combined of these two. Like let's suppose we are having two different checklists available with the same, like in these two tables, one column should be same, right? And what we can do, we can combine these two tables according to like let's suppose there are two checklists are available with the same task ID. So we can easily combine these two tasks, these two tables with the same ID, and we can work upon that. That's completely fine. Okay. So for the time being, let it be. And there's one more special option that I would like to show you. Okay. As you will click on the data source, then when you hover it, you will get the pencil icon, right? Just click on that. Then one pop-up will appear over there. So inside this, you are getting some options. So you have to click on filter by email. Okay. And there is option available. Then you have to select this box. Inside this, you will find option called select email field, right? Just click on that. And after that, it is asking according to which email you want to filter this data. Just let me do it once. After that, I will explain it. Okay. Just click on email. Okay. Then finished. Okay. Now you can see that the complete data. Okay. It was want the consent. Just allow it. Let me have some water. Okay. Now you are not able to see any data over here. So the option that I have told you is used for when they're like in the company, in the organization. there's various employees are available. Okay, everyone is having their individual different tasks that they have to done and mark done in the ultimate checklist. So this option is available so that anytime if a particular person is accessing the dashboard, he should be only able to see his pending work, right? But right now, as we have applied this filter, but right now we are not able to see any data. And so the reason behind this is that the Gmail ID from which I have logged in right now is also still private limited, right? Let's suppose this is the email ID, but and from this email ID there is no pending task available. That's why it is not showing any data. For the time being, what I'm doing, I'm just removing this filter. In future, if you needed it, you can simply apply it. Okay, sorry. And what you can do, let's suppose you want, what you can do, there's one more option available. You can simply create a copy of this file, right? You can make two dashboard for one thing. One is accessible for the owner and higher upper management people, and the second one is for the workers and all the other employees of your company. You can, so that they can easily access the task and only filter out their pending task only, right? After, without doing so much things like so much hectic work, they can easily access that part. And as you are owner, so you can simply you see the task of all the person over there. So right now, for the time being, I have removed that filter. In future, if you needed it, you can definitely select it from there. Okay. So right now, I think the table has been little bit about completed. Just check, do one thing, change the name of this report. Okay, I'm writing it the ultimate. Okay, ultimate checklist dashboard. Right? It's a good name. I think so. Okay, just let it be. Okay. So right now, what we are going to do, we need to have a particular column over there in which there should be a key available to mark task as done, so that we can, whenever we will click on particular task, the data should be updated in the Google Sheet as well. So just let me do it right now for you. Okay. So what we will do, okay, in the dimension section itself, just click on add dimension, right? Here, you will get an option called add calculated field. What you have to do, you have to simply click on that particular field, add calculated field. Okay. Now, what will happen? You have got this one. So right now, I'm applying a formula in this particular column. So just for the sake of module, I'm writing it as the name of this is marked done. Okay. And in this formula section, what I can do, I can apply this formula. And for the formula, then you might be getting this uh, Word file, you might get it. But if you do not, so you can simply write the formula in the accordingly after watching this video. That's not a concern, right? That's not a concern. Okay. Now, inside the form link, what we will share over here. Okay. Beneath, before that, the link, what link we will provide over here is going to be generated from the Google form itself. Okay. So, what do you think? Just tell me, is it a right thing like after what's the need of creating a dashboard if anyone has to fill the Google form again and again for the same, right? It's not of any use. So what we will do, we will try to automate this thing. Like so he will simply select on a particular button, press on button, so that the task should be done, right? It should be automatically sending some information to the Google Sheet, then it should work accordingly. So for that, what we will do, we will go to the ultimate checklist editable format, and if you're not able to access that, so you can simply do this thing as well. Go to the tools, then manage form and edit form. Now you are able to access it, right? Okay. Now we want this task ID to be filled automatically according to the row number, right? Whatever the task ID that is written, it should be filled automatically. We do not want it to be done manually, because if we are going to do it, so there is no such use of that creating that kind of dashboard if we are going to increase the work of the employee. So there is no such use, right? So what we will do, we will just click on this, and the right side you will be able to see three dot over there. Just click over that, then you will find one option called pre-fill form. Click on that. Now inside this, what I will do, I am mentioning it as a task ID. Okay. Then I will simply click on inside this. Let me have some water. Okay. Inside this task ID section, you can simply write anything that it is not going to be stored in the Google Sheet. It is just in order to create a link. Okay. So I mentioned is a task ID, just remove the space. If you want, you can leave it the space as well. No issue in this case. Then simply click on get link. Okay. Now in the left bottom corner, you are getting this option to copy link. Simply click on that. The link has been copied to your clipboard. Okay. So now what you will do, just go to the dashboard. Okay. Inside these two columns, right? Double column, you can simply put your link over there. Then you have to remove this task ID that is written over. You have to remove it. And why you will remove? Because task ID would be different for every task, right? We cannot assign any particular task, so it would not be of use. So what will happen with this task ID button? What will happen? It will automatically take the task from that particular row number, right? So and after that, in these two parentheses, what we can do, we can add a button over there so that it looks good. Either what we want, we can also write done over there, but that will not be that much good, right? Because we are creating a dashboard, then it should be beautiful. Then simply click on apply. Okay. Now just see the magic that you are able to see this mark done over there, and you are able to see that all the small buttons. And what do you want? Just do one thing. Let's look it in a big view. So simply click on the view over there. Okay. Now ultimately you are able to see the dashboard over here, right? You are able to see these things planned, right? And mark done. And let me show you one more thing. When you will click on mark done, so what will happen? It will automatically create a Google form with the task ID of that particular row to already entered. Then you have to click on submit. After submit, what will happen? The task ID was true, yeah, you remember. So in the second task ID, the actual time has appeared over there automatically. But I don't think so that it is also feasible to click on that, then click again on the submit button. It's not feasible at all. So what we are going to do that, we are going to automate this one step as well. And before that, there's one more thing I would like to clarify. Right now, as we have already done it, Mark has done second task, but it is still showing over here. So let me tell you, actually, this is the glitch of Google Looker Studio. It's an issue from their side as well. Okay, so what happened? It takes 15 minutes to data to be refreshed. So what we can do if we want to see it right away, so simply we can go to the option over there and we can click on refresh data. Okay, now you can see that task ID 2 has been vanished from here. Okay, so only the pending task right now it is showing. Okay, it has been done. Okay, so the part that I was talking about, we have to clicking about two times in order to submit a task ID, but we are going to change it. We go in the edit section, just click on the table and increase the size. Let me increase the size of this. Yeah. Okay, then inside this dimension, we are getting this option mark done over there, right? So we will simply click on that. As I'm hovering over it, it is getting FX. It is a formula sign, right? So just click on that. After that, what we will do, we will scroll it right side. Then we will find, okay, this is written over here as view form. It is only for when we want to view the form only, not to response. So that's why it is showing us the form once with the pre-filled link, pre-filled data, but it is not submitting it automatically. So we will change it from here view form to form response and make sure that R of the response should be capital itself only. Otherwise, it will be throwing some error to you. Then simply click on apply. Wait for a while. Okay, it's done now. Just we can view it right now. Okay, it's looking quite good, right? Task ID and all the things. And yes, in this tab that is written over there, select data range. You can simply right click over there and you can select some particular range within which range you want to see the data. Like if you want data from 1st July to 15th July only, then you can simply select it from here itself. And okay, in this right now I'm clicking on mark done. Okay, just wait and watch. Okay, now you can check the response has already been submitted, right? Without your intervention to click on submit button, then it will be submitted. It has already been submitted. Okay, so right now it's working and we are going to refresh the data again. Okay, and then we are going to in the edit section. Okay, so our sheet has been like our dashboard has been completed a bit. Little bit changes that we can do is in the add a control section, right? You can simply click on add a control, then select a drop down list. Okay, and inside this, like you can change it from here. Like after clicking on that, you can select change the name because right now we have got a drop down with the name option over there, right? So you can select a drop down and select some particular name, work over there. It's that easy, no issue. Okay, name has been done. Now we will do it's just take this name column to be upside. Okay, now it is available over. Just let me drag it once more, little bit to the side. Okay, and what we can do, like according to this, you can simply add so many things over there, like task, frequency, ID, and whatever you want, you can easily do it from here. Okay, and right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the title of this report. So for that, if we going to enter it from here, so it might throw some error. So what we will do, we will tap text box and we will write it. Uh, we will write a warning sign that okay, the data we are writing the data marked as done will be refreshed in 15 minutes so that it did not create some misunderstanding and asking people to click the same form again and again, it does not make sense. So what we are going to do, we are going to just simply select this thing and we are going to show it to the downside, and then this thing we are going to take it to the upside. Okay, and we are going to increase the size of the same. And in the style section, what we will do, we will increase the size. Okay, let's suppose 15, 16, 20. 20 would be good, right? 20 is looking good. Okay, yes, it has been completed. Our dashboard has been completed. Just view it once. Go to the view section. Now you are able to see your dashboard over here. It's quite looking good. And you can also do some modifications according to your convenience. From name section, you can simply select the Vishal only task. You are able to see on task of him only. These kind of things you can easily do with the help of this. Okay. And if you want to share this with your colleagues or fellow employees, you can simply go to the share button and write their email ID over here, and you can simply send it to them. Okay, and thank you for that. This was all about the checklist dashboard. Thank you so much.